Welcome back to Podcasting for Real Estate Pros, where agents learn to attract clients, build trust, and stand out with the power of podcasting. Let's dive in. Hey, if you're thinking about launching with just one episode, stop right there. One episode launch is like opening a restaurant with only one thing on the menu. You've got to serve up enough to get the people hooked. Hey friend, it's Sue Willoughby, and today we're talking about your launch lineup. How to drop your first 3 episodes in a way that builds trust, gives listeners a taste of your style, and keeps them coming back for more. This is the Netflix model. We're giving them just enough that they're going to want to binge. I know you're asking, well, why 3 episodes? 1 episode feels like a teaser. 2 feels like a fluke. And 3, well, that feels like a real show. 3 episodes give you a clear sense of what your podcast is about, a chance to show range, so stories, strategies, soul, and a better shot at listener retention and early reviews. Plus, it shows that you're serious. And trust me, people can feel the difference. If they think you're going to be just a one-hit wonder, then they won't even think about coming back. So you ask, what is going into this 3-episode launch? Well, my friend, I will tell you. Episode 1 is going to be you putting your stake in the ground. Why the show exists, who it is for, and what you personally stand for, and maybe what you stand against, if that's going to be your take on things. So think of it like this, like start here. Make it personal, make it punchy, make it memorable. Episode 2 is going to be tactical and value-driven. You're going to teach something immediately and be useful. Make your listener feel smarter, safer, or seen, whatever it is that you want to convey to keep them coming back. So, for example, you may want to do an episode called 3 Things Every First-Time Homebuyer Needs to Know That Most Agents Don't Tell You. And then your 3rd episode is going to be a relatable story or a client example. This is going to be a little bit more personal. You're going to have the ability to show your style, to share like a real life moment. Could be messy, could be funny, or just could be powerful or empowering. And then end it with a takeaway. This is going to build connection and trust. And trust is what's going to sell, and trust is what's going to turn your listeners into clients. Here's an extra tip for you. Do a soft launch versus a big splash. Forget the huge launch party with 47 graphics and no real listeners. Maybe nobody listens to your first episode initially, but they will. It'll catch on. Start with your circle, your Instagram followers, your email list, your clients, people who already know, like, and trust you. They're going to be your biggest advocates because they're going to say, hey, my friend Sue is a real estate agent and she just started a podcast. You've got to listen to it. It's super helpful. She's really funny. She's got some great tips. That's how the word's going to spread. Once you get your core listeners that you're going to pitch your episodes to, ask them to listen to all 3 episodes and please ask them to leave a review for you. And ask them to share it with at least one other person. This is how you build buzz that actually means something. All right, let's create your plan for launch week. Day 1, drop your 3 episodes. Day 2, post a behind-the-scenes story. Day 3, share your favorite quote from one of the episodes. Day 4, DM your real-life people and ask for support. Day 5, tease what's coming in episode 4. Small steps, big energy, and this is how you start by building your foundation. Remember, you don't need a huge viral launch, but what you do need is a focused, aligned launch that builds trust and gets real ears on your real message. 3 episodes, 1 bold voice, endless opportunity. Next up, in episode 13, we're going to talk about how to promote your show without sounding desperate or spammy. This is also how you're going to promote your business. You don't want to sound salesy or pushy. Same thing with your podcast. All right, you've got your content. Now let's spread the word with style. I'll see you next week in episode 13, How to Promote Your Podcast Without Selling Your Soul. I understand that every agent's starting point is different. Maybe you are brand new to the industry, or maybe you've been at this for years but just need a fresh strategy and approach. Either way, I'd love to hear where you currently are and where you'd like to go. So click the link in the show notes and grab a spot on my calendar and we can chat about it. I'll point you towards your next best step.